We absolutely love talking about neighborhoods that feature lots of outdoor living and opportunities to get outside. So today we're going to update you on one of our favorites in Austin. I'm Lindsey Keller with Seven Springs Real Estate, and today we're going to update you on Goodnight Ranch. There's a lot that's changed in Goodnight Ranch since the last time we made a video on this neighborhood. That was during the pandemic. So everything we talked about was through the lens of the pandemic. And so much has grown and changed since then. So today we're going to give you an update. We're lucky because we have a go-to source for all insider knowledge on Goodnight Ranch. And they happen to be some of our favorite people in the world. We talked with Nikki Cockrell, who's the contracted park manager for the Onion Creek Park District, and also Alicia Sparkman, who's now the contracted project manager out there. Nikki is the one we interviewed in 2020, and at that time she told us about how the developer at Goodnight Ranch was working in tandem with the Onion Creek Park District to create a neighborhood that would have lots of park spaces, lots of green space, equestrian trails, biking trails, and would just sort of connect that whole part of Southeast Austin. So to get the updates, I met with Nikki again, and this time also with Alicia. So here's what's going on.
This is a commercial lot that is going to be a daycare.
Oh, that's right. So it'll be right across from Blazier. Sorry, dude.
I didn't like that. But yes, it's in between both of the schools. And I believe that's technically like Blazier Elementary, and this is like Blazier Intermediate.
Oh, that's right.
School.
That's the extension.
But this is going to serve those that have children that aren't of school age and or kids that have to go someplace after school, I believe. And then overlooking the wet pond is going to be a like 1.5 acre park that will have a decent sized playground, picnic tables, shade structures, restroom, and pickleball courts. And then of course, open space, turf, planting beds. Yeah, we have actually a really good view from over here of Austin's skyline, which is kind of cool. And
Yeah.
I think they feature that in some of the homes that they're selling.
I bet they do.
So if you're a lover of outdoors and you want to live at Goodnight Ranch, you'll be sitting right next to 555 acres of the Onion Creek Metropolitan Park District that you can just walk or ride your bike to get to. There are 15 miles of trails in that park district, and it's only growing. So the plan is to connect that trail system to the trail systems in Buda and Kyle, East Hays County. So they're just getting started. It's just going to keep growing out. So if you want to plant roots right there now, you'll have lots of miles of trails coming in. We really like the architecture at Goodnight Ranch. It's the homes are built in a way that facilitates a sense of community. So a lot of them have front porches. They're built not too far apart, which also gives it a little bit more of an urban feel. In fact, right now they're building some townhomes in there, so it does feel very communal. But we like the way they take the time to do things like really beautiful fences in between that are horizontal slats instead of like your typical picket privacy fence. And they also put in streetscapes. So that's a chunk of grass that's between the street and the sidewalk that is irrigated by the district and using gray water, which is really cool, and maintained. So when you're driving down the street, you've got this strip of green on either side, and then you've got a lovely sidewalk, and it all feels very manicured, and then you've got these really pretty houses, and in the spring it starts to bloom. It just has a really thoughtful, pretty design that it's so appealing. When you're driving through the neighborhood, you'll see big open green spaces and lots of ponds that are put there by design. So the idea is that you live in close proximity to your neighbors and you don't have to maintain a big yard, but you can still go right down the street to play outside. New updates for the area. There is an Austin Regional Clinic being built right now. So you'll have medical right in the neighborhood. There's also a dentist office going in and a fire station. So all the good infrastructure that you need is in place or going to be in place soon. And there's also a shopping district called the Ramble that's zone commercial that is slowly filling out hopefully they get a market in there or something like that. So there will be also commercial shops that are right along Slaughter, right next to Goodnight Ranch. So Goodnight Ranch has been establishing itself for a few years. You can buy a resale home in there if you want to be in that neighborhood. You can also buy new. David Weekley is building in there right now, as well as Avi Homes. So if you would like to check out brand new construction, that is an option out there too. The neighborhood is sprawling out on both sides of Slaughter, and there are great amenities. There is a pickleball court on the way. There are sand volleyball courts. There is a huge all abilities playground coming in the future, maybe 2028. That's going to be huge. But anyway, there's all different kinds of things spread out through the neighborhood. And right now they are building an ADA compliant tunnel that goes underneath Slaughter, so that no matter which side of the neighborhood you're in, you can still get to all the amenities, and you also can still get to the schools. So Blazier Elementary is right nestled into the neighborhood, as well as an extension for the middle school that's right across the street. And all of those educational facilities are next to one another, and they're accessible no matter what, by bike or by walking, because of the tunnel that's being put in under Slaughter. Very cool new developments. Another exciting development is a CAT Metro stop going in. So it should help ease traffic congestion. And, you're on the side of Austin that's nearest to the airport. So should help you get to and from the airport and into downtown Austin if you want to take the bus instead of sitting in your car. So that's it for today. If you would like any more information about Goodnight Ranch or Onion Creek Park District or any of the other neighborhoods around that have good green spaces, I would love to help you. Reach out anytime. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.